Okay, so we're here in South Orange, New Jersey. So they have these sloppy joes. They're super good. So we got a bunch of them for the guys. See if they like them or not. Are you hungry?
Sorta, yeah.
Sorta.
What do we got, dude? We got some Town Hall.
Curious what you think.
What is it?
It's like roast beef, turkey, Swiss cheese, and then they put like this coleslaw, like they're just try a square.
He doesn't love it. I don't love it.
And like some coleslaw in there. It's good. Very mayo based. That's what he said.
Give it a try. Is it just a party in your mouth right now, or what?
I feel like I'm getting like hints of pickle in there, and I can see why Dylan wasn't into that.
Empty jersey, day one. I got in last night. Carlos is here a little bit early, helping out, doing some re-prep on the car. But got in last night, got some sleep last night, and then got here today. We had a driver's meeting at 11 a.m. Now we're watching Pro Spec qualifying, and then we should go after the Pro Spec guys are qualifying. We're going to go straight to our practice. So we're going to get done not too late tonight, but they made some little bit of changes on the track. It's pretty similar to last year. They just did the inside clip. They moved it in a little bit so we can run the second outside zone a lot wider, a lot longer, which is pretty cool. So we're just kind of up here seeing how it flows, hanging out with the boys. So to do some driving today. It's like, it's summer solstice today, but it does not feel like it. It's like actually pretty cold. So just rocking the Permatex long sleeve, feeling pretty good. We got the Permatex holding up. We got the Permatex wrap on the comp car. It's looking super sick. White 4-star wheels with the Permatex blue wrap. Looks killer. So stoked to get it going this weekend.
I mean, we pull the plugs every round, and it's only just to like see the health of the motor. It doesn't. What's funny is with ethanol, there's a lot of things you can't really see on the plug, but we still look at it, make sure there's nothing like too weird or like detonation or that or the other. And we actually run coppers instead of like iridiums or any other fancy stuff, and that's strictly because one, we change them all the time and they're really cheap, so they're about like $2.80 a pop. And it's not really about cost, it's more about how delicate the plug is. So with the copper, we have the ability to, if something's really wrong with the cylinder, the cylinder itself will destroy the plug before it destroys the piston or anything else. And so this car is pretty delicate. Like, it'll start to misfire and have some kind of funky issues going on, and right away we'll know, like, let's pull the plugs, make sure everything's good, and we always put a fresh set in, and it usually takes care of that problem.
2023 Formula Drift Permatex wrap on this E46 right here behind me. This is my competition car we always run, but with an updated livery, rocking the Permatex. I absolutely love the dark blue, something a little bit different for us. We've had this thing more of a lighter color over the past couple of years, but the black front end, the black rear end with the blue and a little bit of white hits on there, and the white wheels just absolutely does something for me. I freaking love it. So we have a new awning to go with it. So we stepped up a little bit this year, trying to get our pits looking a little bit better, and of course we had to do a Permatex top. So that's looking sick, and 1,000 wheel horsepower 2JZ in this thing, and we're about to go out and do some qualifying today.
Yeah, it's looking real inconsistent just watching people drive it. The cars are moving around a lot now. Yeah, like I said, that was a good solid lead. I like that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Felt nice.
Attaboy, though, there.
at this. The stage is set. We are here at E-Town, the Crazy 8.
So the judging is kind of interesting. They're definitely rewarding aggressive driving over driving the line off the track. Copy that.
The dozer Hughes, whoa! Goes and kind of exceeds the track there. We'll have to take a look back and run it back. That Permatex BMW on GT Radial tires. Dylan Hughes, him and his pops. His pops is a spotter. He's in his ear, and they're analyzing and breaking down footage of what seems to be working out for him. And I think he was going for that X Factor, man. I just bit off a little more than he could chew.
A little over the top, but not too bad.
Yeah, this track's kind of a piece of shit right now.
Second place qualifier did the same thing as you did on there. I think you're going to get an okay score. They're talking about X Factor. You're really aggressive.
Dylan Hughes with 89.6.
That wraps day one FD New Jersey. So had some really good laps today. I'm actually pretty stoked. We ended up qualifying third place today. So pretty stoked on that. It was a little bit of a wild lap, which I think is what they're kind of rewarding, because this track it's not easy by any means, because there is consequences, but I think you kind of got to be a little bit on the edge and err on the side of a little bit wild. So my initiation was pretty sick. Dipped one tire on the outside. It didn't upset the car really that bad at all, so they didn't really ding me for it, I don't think. Nice and close to the wall as the rest of the track, but I mean, we've been out of the car for an hour and a half now, and the sun has completely gone down. It's dark now. It's crazy to see this track change just over in that little bit of time. So grip levels coming in and out all the way through outside zone 2, and then when I flicked in the last turn, the car was just dead hooked and I wasn't expecting it. But either way, nice and close to the walls and putting us in third place, so we get 1 point for that, which I'll take. And then we got to see the not so great 8 run right now, and it sounds like we're going to be going up against 30th place. So whoever we got. Let's send it for Saturday. Wait a second, that car looks funny, doesn't it?
What do you think of these autograph sessions?
Pretty cool. I think all the fans really like it, and I think it's a really good opportunity to get like up close and personal, you know, with people that they see on TV, kind of put a face to the name and everything. But everybody loves the good signs and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. They like it.
What's the weirdest thing you've signed?
I signed the side of his face today.
Today?
Today. Yeah, it was a dude. He's just like straight. I think it was this side of his face. And it was. I didn't want to like touch his face, you know, so I just kind of like freehanded it. It wasn't my best
like,
one. But, yeah, exactly. Like, and it was like when I did my number, it got like real close to his lip. It was all weird. I was like, that's a first for sure.
What a beautiful day here in New Jersey. This is round 4 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship.
Good job. All right, Permatex, gasket, RTV, take one.
Next time you need a gasket, pick up easy to use and easy to remove Permatex Optimum.
Track looks perfect. Just, yeah, smooth, close to the course, hit your mark.
All right, Battle of the Beamers, here we go. So Dylan Hughes, he's got the 2J, and then the LS-powered BMW of Trenton Beecham. This car's really suiting him well. And again, Dylan Hughes, winner in Orlando last year in the very, very wet conditions. That Permatex BMW. Beecham maybe a little too aggressive. You see him kind of overshoot Dylan Hughes, my bad. And again, a lot of BMWs, a lot of BMW boys. And again, the GT Radial's going around here for Dylan the Dozer Hughes, the Permatex BMW. And into that final outside zone, Trenton Beecham.
How hard I gotta run him.
Keep made a pretty big mistake out of outer 1 to 2, and then you had a little gap on him for a little bit, and then he closed up, so keep it tight.
Now he's going to run a much more fluid line. You can see him using all the course. Does exceed it, but just that back left. So, ooh, big angle from Trent Beecham. Can he hold on to that? Looks like it rips up. Look at Dylan Hughes. Good composure for him. The Forge Stars going around. It looks like he's almost going to tap his door. He does back out. Look at Beecham, very aggressive in that lead position. And I think he's just trying to give, again, that X factor.
Definitely should have been closer. Should have anticipated the getting on the throttle once we did the transitions a little bit better, but.
And looks like the Permatex BMW gets the win. Dylan, the Dozer Hughes, moves on.
Attaboy, Dylan, attaboy. All right, one down, guys.
Top 16 is upon us. We're about to introduce you to the top 16 drivers.
Look at this guy. Do a trick.
How's he going to do here in the Permatex GT Radio Rain X Royal Purple BMW? It is Dylan the Dozer Hughes. Back to the action. We are seeing again Dylan Hughes, the Dozer, Joao Barrion. Here comes Dylan Hughes under the bridge where he drew some blood and he drew some GT Radial tires. Into that first outside zone, Joao Barrion. A lot of these drivers exceeding that line on the outside zone 1. Now going to outside zone 2. There goes Dylan Hughes filling all of it. Here comes Joao Barrion. Good proximity. You see him kind of coming out of it. Minus about 10 degrees compared to Dylan Hughes in that final outside zone. Getting all the way to the outside line. You see Joao Barrion, the red light's coming on. So that forward momentum kind of being abruptly stopped.
Nice job. He was pretty close, but he made a lot of mistakes. So yeah, you got to stay close.
All right, so that's a wrap for the Jersey round. We got knocked out in top 16 against our competitor, Joao Barrion, who was driving really well that weekend. But ultimately, it kind of fell on us. Dylan was driving really well the whole event. We were feeling really good. We had the Permatex wrap on the car. The car looked great. We had the awning. We felt really professional and dialed, and he was driving really well. And unfortunately, in our chase run, we followed him a little too deep into outer zone. I want to say that's 4, basically the last turn, and Dylan hit the wall.
There, that Forge Star wheel. Dylan Hughes maybe tempering him back, and ooh boy, loses the camera, almost goes into the wall.
And we were really heated at the moment. We wanted to protest the call, but after further review, we kind of realized, like, nah, the wheels straightened. He didn't straighten, the wheels straightened, and the car basically got pushed off the wall. And unfortunately, still so far into the end of the run, he had to reinitiate into the finish line. And it looked really bad on us, so it was basically a 0, and Joao, like I said, drove great both his runs, so he got the win. But ultimately, I really thought about this a little longer and realized that Dylan's a really good lead driver, and he's able to put down the car exactly where it needs to be. But when he's in the follow, there's factors that he's not in control of, and he has to account for that. And ultimately, I want to say that the car, our bash bars were just too big. And since Dylan hadn't been that deep ever the whole round, when he hit that, the bash bar was so strong that it just bounced the car off the wall. So actually going into St. Louis, we adjusted that and cut down our bash bar so that we have a little bit more crumple zone in the car, so that this scenario doesn't happen to us again. But all in all, it was a good event. Jersey's always around that we all really enjoy. The crowd, the Knapp family, everyone around is super supportive and awesome, and we look forward to it next year.